everybody for giving me the opportunity to serve all the devotees. So, and please ignore my offenses and just correct me if I am somewhere wrong. So this is we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, Gajendra's Prayers of Surrenders. So this is nice chapter. So let's start with Mangalacharan. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Sopadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Itamascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुवेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatine. Let's chant some prayer for Srimad Bhagavatam. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavad sevaya bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati nashtaki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, Gajendra's Prayers of Surrender. So text 30. The shloka is Shri Shuka Uvacha एवं गजेन्द्रम् उपवर्णिता निर्विशेषम् ब्रह्माद्यविविधा लिङ्गभिदाभिमानः नेते यदोपश्रपूर्वनिखिलात्मत्वात् तत्राखिलाम्रमयो हरिर् आवरासित्. So translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Shukdev Goswami continued, when the king of the elephants was describing the supreme authority without mentioning any particular person, he did not invoke the demigods headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra and Chandra. Thus none of them approached him. However, because Lord Hari is the super soul, Purushottama, the personality of Godhead, he appeared before Gajendra. Purport. From the description of Gajendra, he apparently was aiming at the supreme authority, although he did not know who the supreme authority is. He conjectured there is a supreme authority who is above everything. Under the circumstances, the Lord's various expansions, such as Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, and Chandra, all thought, Gajendra is not asking our help. He is asking the help of the Supreme, who is above all of us. As Gajendra has described, the Supreme Lord has various parts and parcels, including the demigods, human beings, and animals, all covered by separate forms. Although the demigods are in charge of maintaining different aspects of the universe, Gajendra thought that they were unable to rescue him. Harim vina na neva mrityum taranti. No one can rescue anyone from the danger of birth, death, old age, and disease. It is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead who can rescue one from the dangers of material existence. Therefore, an intelligent person, to get free from this dangerous existence, approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not any demigods, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7:20. Kamaistestir hriday jnana prapadya anya devataha. Those who are unintelligent approach the various demigods for temporary material benefits. Actually, however, these demigods cannot rescue the living entity from the danger of material existence. Like other living entities, the demigods are merely external parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's transcendental body. As stated in the Vedic mantras, Sa Atma Anganya Anya Devataha. Within the body, within the body is the Atma, the soul, whereas the various parts of the body, like the hands and legs, are external. Similarly, the Atma of the entire cosmic manifestation is Narayan, Lord Vishnu, and all the demigods, human beings, and other living entities are parts of his body. It may also be concluded that since a tree lives on the strength of its root, and when the root is nourished with water, all the parts of the tree are nourished. One should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original root of everything. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very difficult to approach, He is very near to us because He lives within our hearts. As soon as the Lord understands that one is seeking His favor by fully surrendering, naturally He immediately takes action. Therefore, although the demigods did not come to the aid of Gajendra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead immediately appeared before him because of his fervent prayer. This does not mean that the demigods were angry with Gajendra, for actually, when Lord Vishnu is worshipped, all the other demigods are also worshipped. Yasmin tushte jagat tushtam. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead is satisfied, everyone is satisfied. यथा यथा तरो यथा तरोर्मूलनिषेचनेन तृप्यन्ति तत्स्कन्दभुजो पशाखाः प्राणोपहारा च यथेन्द्रियाणां तथैव सर्वारहणम् अच्युतेज्या. As pouring water on the root of a tree energizes the trunk, branches, twigs, and everything else, and as supplying food to the stomach enlivens the senses and the limbs of the body. So, simply worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfies the demigods, who are parts of that Supreme Personality. Bhagavatam 4:31-14. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped, all the demigods are satisfied. Hare Krishna, everybody. So we all can see this is nice, wonderful prayers, and we can see like how Gajendra he is invoking the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So first of all, we can see like here Gajendra, he know the difference between the demigods and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Srila Prabhupada also mentioned in the Purport many times, like how different demigods are the different body part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Gajendra, he has that clear understanding that how Sukdev Goswami is describing here. So he know that whom to approach. So we can see like in Bhagavatam, many parts of Bhagavatam describe like how by worshipping Krishna, we are able to worship all the demigods because they are his part and parcel. So here the king of the elephant was describing the supreme authority. So even though he didn't mention the name, but he know who is the supreme authority. and he don't want to invoke any demigods. He know like demigods Brahma, Lord Shiva, Chandra, they are very very powerful. Like we all can see, Lord Shiva is so powerful. When there was like churning of the ocean, he drank the whole poison. So as soon as the poison came, Lord Shiva drank. Even like when all the demigods, they were so scared. Like why the demigod went to the ocean for the nectar, so that they can drink that nectar and they can make their body stronger and live long. But when Lord Shiva did not go, when they asked Lord Shiva, so you can join us, Lord Shiva said no. I don't want any nectar. Why? Because Lord Shiva is a Param Vaishnav, pure devotee of the Lord. He drink the nectar of the holy name. He always chant Krishna's name and he is always drinking that name. By that he is very happy. He said that you want that nectar because you need that. And Lord Shiva, he don't need that because he is always satisfied. That's why Lord Shiva's name is Ashutosh. He don't want anything. And then first of all, what came from the ocean was poison. And as soon as the demigods they saw the poison, they were so scared. And they all ran to Lord Shiva. And they were crying and all, like, Lord Shiva, please help us. And Lord Shiva, he is very faithful, very, very obedient. He didn't say, like, okay, let me drink. He said, let me ask my wife. So he asked Mother Bhavani, and as soon as Mother Bhavani, she saw like how the demigods, they are begging the Lord Shiva to drink that poison, because she is very, she is Krishna's energy and she is very kind to the living entity. Those are the in the favorable condition. She is very kind to them. And then she said, like, she was telling Lord Shiva, like, it's your prime duty to help the living entity. So they are part and parcel of Krishna. So your duty is to help them. So she said, like, please drink the poison. So this is the position of Lord Shiva. So we can see. But here, Indra, that Gajendra, he is not asking favor from the demigods, because he know like they are not the supreme authority, even though they have some power. Like we all can see Brahmaji, he created the whole universe, that Brahmand. So he created, and there are so many Brahma, so many universes, and they have so they each Brahma has that power to maintain this, like how the living entity, how they are doing everything. So he is looking for everything. He know he's very, his body is made of intelligence. So he know to how to worship the Lord. Even to approach the Lord, the demigods need help from Lord Brahma. They cannot go directly to the Lord to see him. So that's why they need the help from Brahmaji, so that Brahmaji can approach the Supreme Lord. So we can see here Lord Shiva is so strong. Brahmaji is also very powerful. Like Indra, Chandra, they are very, very supreme authority because the Lord gave him those powers. Ultimately, the power is coming from the Lord, from the Supreme Lord Narayan, Vishnu, but he is giving them the power. So that's why in Bhagavad Gita, like Krishna said, those are worshipping the demigods, they are worshipping the Lord only, but avidhi purvakam, indirect. So here we can see they are very, very powerful, very strong, and whatever material desire anybody asks the Lord, these demigods they can fulfill that desire. But but this elephant Gajendra, he know the difference between the demigods and the supreme personality of Godhead. That's why he did not approach anybody. And Lord Hari is the super soul. He know that the Lord is a super soul, Purushottama, and that's why the Lord appeared before Gajendra. So that's like we can see, like from the very beginning of this chapter, Shukdev Goswami, in the beginning of the chapter, he described the like previous birth of Gajendra, like who was Gajendra in his previous life, what offense he made. That's why he got this body of Gajendra. Like we all know, like he was a king in the in his previous life, and because he offended rishis, so that's why he got the body of elephant. And we can see he did that unknowingly, and and in that body he he memorized some shlokas, prayers, and in this body, even though he was in in a body of an animal, it's very hard to worship the Lord in the animal body. but because of the previous life. Like Gajendra is not the first example. We have one more example in Bhagavatam. Like we were reading the pastime of like Jad Bharat. Like Jad Bharat, why Jad Bharat is on a very high advanced stage. Like Bharat Maharaj, like who was the son of Rishabh Dev. So when he left his kingdom and he went to the forest for his for the meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was very on a very high stage. There are many stages on devotional service. So he was almost reaching to his goal that time. And these devotees, why the Lord is giving this example to show us like how Krishna loves his devotee from his heart. From the example of like Bharat Maharaj, we all can see like Bharat Maharaj when he went to the forest and when he was doing his sadhana bhakti. That time, like the we know that pastime, like how one she deer came and she was pregnant and she left the baby and she died. And Bharat Maharaj, he was when he saw the baby, dear baby, like without any help or anything, he helped the dear baby. And in the help, like he got very attached to the deer, and he was so attached that next body, when he was leaving the body, he was thinking about deer and he got the deer body. So that's why Krishna said, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejate ante kalevanam tam tam evati konteya sada tad bhava bhavita. Whatever state of being one remember, at the end of his life, that state he will attain without fail. So that he got the body of deer, but in the body of deer also he was able to remember that what mistake he made. So that's why he don't want to do that mistake again. And then he got another birth as Jad Bharat. So three lifetime. So here also Gajendra, like we can see, even though he was in the body of elephant, but he was able to remember those shlokas that he memorized in the previous life. So here in the Purport Srila Prabhupada is explaining very nicely how that from the Gajendra, like we can see like how his aim is toward the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he know he's that supreme authority. So and then we can see like how, so Prabhupada is describing like any that the Lord has different expansions, like these Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Chandra, and Indra. They are all Krishna's expansions. So Krishna has different incarnations. Some are like we are Jiva, Jiva, like even Lord Brahma, Chandra, Indra, they are also Jiva Tattva. They are also Krishna's Swam, like Vibhin Amcha incarnation. So we are the small incarnation, small insignificant living entity. We are part and parcel of Krishna. They are the we are the incarnation. So demigods are little higher than us because they are in charging this material world. Like for us, like when we get up in the morning, we don't need to like see like sun is coming or not. That's the Lord made such a nice arrangement. The sun is there always in the morning. The sun is always coming. Like Chandra is also giving his light so that we can get nice fruits and vegetable. And then we have Indra who is maintaining all the demigods. So that's they are doing higher job. But the living entity, when they are serving Krishna, they are become more powerful than the demigods even, because they are always in service of the Lord. Even the demigods also they serve, but they are in a in a mood of for material desires. But if devotee has no material desire, he can surpass the demigod also. So they here we can see like Gajendra is not asking their help. The demigods they are thinking he is not asking our for help. He is asking the help of the Supreme, who is above of all. So the demigods they know the Lord is above of us. So he is not asking our help. And that's why the Supreme Lord has various parts and parcel, including the demigods, like human beings. That's why Srila Prabhupada is explaining. And although the demigods are in charge of maintaining the different aspect of the universe, Gajendra thought that they were unable to rescue him. So because he know, like like in the material world, the demigods they can give us material benefits. but they cannot free us from this cycle of birth and death. They can, like somebody worshipping Mother Saraswati for knowledge, somebody like worshipping Mother Parvati for a good husband, so any material desires. So uh, all the different demigods, they are made for fulfilling our material desires. So that's why Prabhupada is saying Harim Vina Naev Mrityam Taranti. Without Hari, nobody can rescue nobody can rescue us from this dangerous condition, like Janam, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. So birth, death, old age and disease, these are the real problem in the material world. We all know we have to die, then we have to accept another body. It's natural. This is a cycle going on in the material world. But how we can break this cycle? By surrendering to Krishna. And this Gajendra, he know, like, just by surrendering to Krishna, he can come out from this cycle, from this chakra. And this is, and it is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead who can rescue one from the dangers of material existence. So not the demigods, but only the Supreme Lord. Demigod can fulfill our desire, but they cannot help us to come out from the cycle of birth and death. Therefore, an intelligent person, to get free from the dangerous existence, approach the Supreme Personality of God and not any demigods. So that's why, like, Prabhupada is quoting another verse from Bhagavad Gita, Kames testir hriday jnana prapadyanya devataha. So those are kames. Kames means material desire. Because and those are like how, what kind of people they can approach the demigods? They are unintelligent. So we can see in the material world, whatever we gain by our material efforts, like material opulence or good house or many cars or whatever we see in the material world, or even the big post, like whatever we can get. But those are, for those things, they are unintelligent. This is so nice to describe, like, because they approach for temporary material benefits. They cannot stay with the body. They, as soon as we have to leave the body, we have to leave all the designations, whatever, even the, if we have the position of Brahmaji, or we have the position of Indra or Chandra, we have to leave that designations also as soon as we have to leave this body. And these demigods cannot rescue the living entity from the dangers of material existence. So we can see they cannot help, only the Supreme Lord can help. That's why Srila Prabhupada is quoting another mantra, Sa Atma Anghanya Anya Devata. So this is like, those are very, in a very just boldly concept, they worship the demigods for material benefit. And then we can see, like Srila Prabhupada is explaining very nicely, like how the soul, where the various part of the body, like the hands and legs, are external, so within the body, so we can see the different parts of the body. So same thing, these are the demigods. They are the different parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan. And the Lord, these, the, like, we can see like comparison between our body and the Lord. Like, we have hands. With the hands, we cook the food and we offer to the Lord, and then we take. So same thing, these demigods, they help the Lord. The Lord just create them so that they can, material living entity, in the material world living entity, whenever they need any material things, they can go and worship the demigods and fulfill their material desires. Because we are in the material world, we are the rebellious soul. We don't want to serve Krishna. That's why we are in the material world. As we have, like, we all are family members, we have children. So if one child is very naughty, we say, okay, whatever you want, just take it, play, and just don't disturb me. So same thing, we all living entity, we are in the material world. We are very naughty. We don't want to accept Krishna as supreme. We want to make these mistakes again and again. So Krishna, he is tired of. He said, okay, go to this material world. This is a perfect place for you. You can do whatever you want. You want to become the enjoy, you can enjoy for some time. And whenever you want to come back, please come back. So Krishna is very kind. He gave this material for our enjoyment. So, but we all know, when we enjoy ourselves, whatever, if I eat too much, Then again, next day, my body stopped working. We all know that. Whatever sense if we try to gratify any of our senses, we become more and more disturbed by all those things. This is the like body. Like we all know, we are human beings. From the human body, we this is our real time experience. We all can see whatever we have: five senses: eyes, nose, tongue, ear, skin. Like any senses, we do more with them, and again the problem starts. So same. This is the Krishna made this material world so that we all can become frustrated from this material world. And why Krishna is playing all these pastimes, so that we can whatever interest for material things we have, we can dovetail our interest toward the Lord. We can we can make our efforts toward Krishna, not for this material world. Because in the material world, if we try to satisfy one senses, then there is demand of other senses, even though we struggle with the one. But still, there is all the five senses, they are taking us in different directions, and on the top of that, mind is just restless. It capture our intelligence also, because mind is like that's why Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said, like we should beat our mind in the morning and before sleeping in the night. So because mind, if our mind is not Krishna conscious, then everything is useless. And then we saw like how Prabhupada is giving the nice example of tree, like the that how a tree lives on the strength of its root. And when the root is nourished with water, all the parts of the tree are nourished. So one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original root of everything. So we all know, like we have Tulsi plant, curry leaves plant, all the devotees in their house they have. So when we offer water to Tulsi Maharani's lotus feet, then automatically our Tulsi Maharani nourished very nicely. So same thing, Prabhupada is giving all these examples so that with the example we all can understand things nicely. So that example is perfect. Srila Prabhupada is example giving the example to describe what is the difference between the demigods and Krishna. And so how by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all the tree they nourished. So same thing, like by giving the water to the uh, uh, the root of a tree, automatically all the leaves, branches, everything got nourished. So, although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very difficult to approach, He is very to us, very near to us, because He lives within our hearts. So, like in the material world, we have seen so many times, whenever we desire from the heart, material or spiritual, from the heart, the Lord is ready to fulfill. Even though the Lord know He is giving us instruction, no, this is not good as from the heart. The Lord is telling us. But as a rebellious soul, sometimes we don't want to listen, and we do our own decision, and we know we struggle. So this is the Lord is very close. And then we can see from the example of Gajendra, as soon as a living entity surrender and seeking the mercy of the Lord is ready for that also. He's so kind. Like that's why we can see there is no, that's why Krishna's name is Bhakta Vatsalaha. He is very kind to his devotees. Like even the in the material world, any living entity, not the devotees, outside people also, if they surrender to Krishna, Krishna is always ready to help them also. What about his devotees? Devotees are, Krishna said, like devotees are my heart and soul. They always stay in my heart. I always stay in their heart all the time. So we can see like Gajendra, he know that, so he immediately approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead with the nice prayers. So we can see from the Bhagavatam, there are different prayers. Like this is also one of the wonderful prayer, like how Gajendra, he is worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not any demigods. He know the difference between demigods and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are the Anya Devata. They worship those are unintelligent people. That's why Prabhupada is quoting from they worship Anya Devata. So it means we can see even that Gajendra, he was in the body of animal, but he is very, very intelligent, very, very smart. So he know that worshipping the Supreme Lord means like means like the Lord is very kind and he can fulfill any material or spiritual desire. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said very nicely, like four kind of people worship me. If we have material desire also, according to Krishna, we can worship Krishna. Arti, Artharthi, Jigyasu, and Jnani. Four kind of people they worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And even though they have material desires, but Krishna is very happy with that. Because when we have material desire and we worship the Supreme Lord, this is the difference between the demigod worship and the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. With the material desire also, like if we worship the Supreme Lord, Krishna not even fulfill our desire, but he gives his love, pure devotional service also. Like we have the nice example in the Bhagavatam, there are so many examples, and we have wonderful example of Dhruv Maharaj. Like when he was very, very dissatisfied with his father, like and we all know that past time very nicely. Like he told his mother what happened, and then his mother said, "You can go to Lord Vishnu." And because like the Lord is very kind to for each and every living entity. That time Dhruv Maharaj, he was not a devotee, but he know he want a bigger kingdom than his grandfather. So this is the quality of a devotee. Even the material desire also, if we worship the Lord fulfill the desire, and he brings us closer to him. So this is his quality, and we know like from the example of Dhruv Maharaj what he achieved. The Lord told him like you can uh, up to many years you can just enjoy the kingdom of your father, and after this body you can come to that planet Dhrulok that is belong to you, and I'm very close to that Dhrulok. So as soon as after getting this moon, Dhruv Maharaj he start crying. He said, "My Lord, I don't want anything. Just give me the association of devotees, because in the association of devotee there is less chance to forget Krishna." Like in the we were reading in Nectar of Instruction, this is the very easy and sublime way to remember Krishna all the time, just by association with devotees, association of like by reading Bhagavatam, or by hearing some devotees class, or by chanting. Like we are always in association of devotees. If we stay in association of devotee, there is no chance of forgetting Krishna, because the devotees they always help us to remember Krishna, to help us to remember Krishna more and more. Because as soon as we meet devotees, they are not asking like how's your business or how's everything. They ask, Prabhu, how's your sadhana, how's your bhakti is going on. This is the devotee's question. How's your deities? So this is because when we meet devotees, immediately we start talking about Krishna. So this is the qualification of devotee. So then we saw like how Srila Prabhupada is like nicely quoted the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, fourth canto, text chapter 31st and text 14. Here Srila Prabhupada gives the nice example of a tree. Like this shloka was quoted by Nag Muni to Prachetas. And in that he said very nicely, as pouring water on the root of a tree and rise and energize the tree, branches, twigs, and everything else, and as supplying food to the stomach, enlivens the senses and limbs of the body. So simply worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfy the demigods who are part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here, like we can see, Prabhupada is quoting this verse to 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 let us know that, like by worshiping the Supreme Lord, we are automatically worshiping all the demigods. So that's there are two comparison. One is the tree, one another is stomach. Like when we sometime our hands and legs they become very angry with the stomach. They said like because we are working so hard and you are just enjoying that we don't want to give you food. So then we know what happened. Then they also lose their power, because by giving the food to the stomach, everything, the whole body become nourished. So similarly, when we pour water to the root of a tree, then automatically all the trunk, all the branches, and they all become energized. So similarly, so we can see, like, by worshipping the Supreme Lord, we can worship all the demigods. Like how Gajendra is praying to the Lord. He know the difference between the demons and demigods and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He know by worshipping the demigods, he will be bound in the material world. And by worshipping the Supreme Lord, he become free from this cycle of birth and death. So this is the devotee's quality. So thank you very much, everybody. So we will stop here. If anybody has to add anything or any question, please feel free. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for starting our Bhagavatam, week, because we generally don't have Bhagavatam on Saturday, Sunday. And then also, like, there was Bhadra Purnima yesterday. So some few devotees were taking some vows, to start reading seriously, or in fact, start reading Bhagavatam. So, but it is so nice. We still see the full moon, like in the morning. Sometimes in USA we are able to do that, but it's a beautiful time that went by. So many festivals, everything, and such a wonderful class. And how, you know um, through your class we have to remember that. I mean, it's a very simple statement that you made, which Srila Prabhupada has taught us, that birth, death, old age, and disease are the real problem. I don't know how much people really ponder over this, because it's like, it's very easy to tell someone, birth, yeah, it's okay, birth is good, we celebrate. Death, okay, the person has become old. Disease, yeah, it's okay. Like, I think one time Srila Prabhupada was saying he went to a hospital and there were all people, where they were with their leg up and they were all in the hospital, and he was talking to every, how are you doing? They said, oh, we are doing good. So they just accept it, that even disease and hospital condition is also good. So much of propensity is there for enjoyment, that even if their body is in a bad shape with disease, still their mind wants to enjoy and get into sense gratification, because they don't want to accept. And Prabhupada has given us this movement, where we want to accept that all these four things are there, because otherwise we'll also be attached to the material world. And one more point I liked that you mentioned in your classes, that uh, I just don't get the exact wordings, but you mentioned that we are here because, of course, we know we are here because we didn't listen to Krishna, but I don't know, like something pertaining to this. Okay, words are not coming right now, but thank you so much, Mataji. It's like so many examples from Bharat Maharaj and Jad Bharata and all that. Such a big reminder to us. And of course, you know, when I when I make a statement and say that people don't take these four things seriously, then one line comes to me is what Srila Prabhupada mentions, that devotees who are chanting, they are very intelligent, and doesn't matter what background they're coming from. And because of the intelligence, they have accepted simple things like, take prasadam, do the chanting. And and then so much of purification is there, in their life, because Prabhupada has given us simple things to accept, and it's a parampara, so you don't have to argue that, um, like on that basis at all. So thank you so much, Mataji. Some thoughts are coming. Your class is always, I look forward. And I don't know,
Thanks.
specific questions. Some question might just come in my mind later. But I know some points I kind of revived from your class.
No, thank you, Mataji. You made some nice points, Mataji. This is important for all of us to read Bhagavatam, so that we can, even though we know those things, but still we need to refresh them again and again. This is the material world, and we good thing always we can forget easily. So that's why by reading Bhagavatam we are able to remember things. Like Prabhupada is always reminding us again and again. Yes, thank you, Mataji.
Yes, and one thought came to me is the not only these four, there are three more. One is Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik. If you can explain a little bit of that also, Mataji, to this.
Yes, Adi Devika.
Yeah.
Like Adi Devika means the miseries comes from the demigod, Adi Bhotika means like disease, the miseries comes from other living entities. Like if I see my neighbor has car and I don't have car, the miseries start coming. And Adi Devika, Adi Bhotika, Adi Adhyatmika is from our body and mind. Like like if I think something about somebody from my mind giving trouble to me, or from my body, like if my body has some problem. And Adi Bhotika means like somebody just blaspheme me, or somebody say something bad to me, and I feel bad from their words. So this is the three miseries from in this material world. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, so I mean, it's like 4 plus 3 is 7.
Yes.
Sorry, no, no, 4, 3 is 7. Yeah, sorry, my
Yes,
maths.
seven,
So
seven, seven.
seven things are there.
Mm.
And of course, like you mentioned that, when we are with association of devotees,
Mm.
it is really very, very nice,
Because
yeah,
because in the material world nobody remind us there is problem. Everybody's giving the
yeah,
like there is so much enjoyment, because in the devotees association only it reminds us again and again there are this material world, it's giving us a lot of trouble. But in the material world, even though we are troubling, but still we are giving assurance to ourselves, no, still this is a nice place. Yes,
yes. I
madam.
want to mention one more point. It's not coming to my head, but yes, you said about the association. So it's like we can enjoy. Correct me, Mataji, if I'm wrong. We can enjoy, but we can enjoy with the devotees, because devotees' enjoyment will connect you to God.
Yes, yes, madam.
Right?
Yeah, that is we can say that's a real enjoyment when we associate with devotees.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a real enjoy. The material enjoyment we can see like that's temporary. So in the material world,
Yes.
enjoyment is so same thing. Enjoyment maybe if I go with my friend to some zoo or some park or some any place, like after coming from there, my body will start aching and there may be some problem. So, but in the spiritual world, like when we discuss, like we are reading Bhagavatam now together. So with all the devotees, like how we are together, we are reading Bhagavatam. We are giving enjoyment to each other, because by reading everybody is getting benefit, whosoever is hearing, whosoever is speaking, so everybody is getting benefit. This is the real enjoyment. Yes, madam.
Thank you, Mataji. And also, like from the story of Bharat Maharaj, is a best example is when you are disassociated with devotees and he got stuck with the deer. And see how much 3 lifetimes he had to go through. This is such a wonderful example for all of us, that I mean, just because he went to the like, I mean, it must be the dear baby must be very cute. He must be taking care of it and everything. But I think if we think of it, one thing, Mataji, like we have our own children also. So and he took care of the baby, the dear baby, like very dearly, got attached, and there everything was like, he had to go through 3 lives. So similarly for us also, I just want you to ponder on this point also, that if we get too attached to anyone connected to us in our life, like Bharat Maharaj, so that will also could create a problem. I mean, of course, we do our duties as a mother, but I
Yeah,
think.
but like a main thing is caring. If we care somebody, that's good, like somebody sick or
Hmm,
something, but
hmm,
we should not very attach unless the person is a devotee. Like somebody is a devotee chanting, like if my daughter, she has to chant, I help her, like I told her like morning, because she is a student and she's part-time working also. So I told her it's okay, for just this semester you can chant your round in the morning and I will do the DT service. So it means we are helping each other, and
yeah,
this is good attachment, like we can help each other. But if like she want to go to watch the movie and I'm just helping her, okay, let me make her some food or something, then this attachment is dangerous for her also and for me also. I'm not helping her. So
hmm.
how we are helping each other, what kind of so help is this, so we should know that, because by doing Krishna conscious activity, same activity can free us. And if we are doing for some sense gratification, that same activity start binding us in the material world. For this is not good for her, for me, both of us.
Yes, because a very wonderful example you gave for your daughter. because now the activities what your daughter is doing, maybe she's not chanting very attentively, or she's missing some words, you'll correct her, or you will say, do like this, do like that. It's all connection of Krishna is there, right? But there are some cases, Mataji, where the children are kind of swayed and they're not doing Krishna consciousness. You repeatedly telling them to chant. Like, I have few friends who are struggling with this. And, they are in the stage they want to, but the children are not accepting it. And, there's so much, they want the.
Yeah, in that case, Mataji, just we can do our duty because we should not run away from our responsibility. Like
Yeah.
if we are not devotees, still whatever responsibility we have, we should just as a duty,
Hmm.
just for that only. But just to, we in that also we can try to help them to give them prasadam or try to read something like if somebody's friend or devotee friend or anybody, if they don't want to, they are not following Krishna consciousness, they said we don't have time, let's read for them, sit with them.
Yes.
And if they are eating or something, tell them, okay, let's me read one shloka for you. And by may we don't know when the living entity turned their face toward the Lord, so we don't know, we can help them. Yes.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for the nice point.
comment from Surinder Bhandari ji for you, Mataji. I want to read aloud. Hare Krishna, Mataji, and Jai
Yes, Mataji.
Krishna to all devotees. Excellent nectarian class. Radhe Radhe. Very nice. Yeah,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
very
Thank
nice class, Mataji. Thank you so much for your association. And although you're with us once a month only, but it's like still that month is running so fast that we feel we are still
you.
connected to you nicely. Hare
Nice.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. I need association. I need that, Mataji.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
prime importance. This is what I took from your class today. Very important.
Mhm.
If you want to be happy, go to devotees and be happy with them.
Yes, yes,
Don't
Mataji.
indulge in sense gratification alone in this
Mm.
world, and you will go through like misery. Yeah.
Yeah, in the material, Mataji, like when we work, when we
Hmm.
go for work, that time, so many time we are exploited
Hmm.
in the work. We know everybody go through that. Sometimes we exploit by the our seniors, manager or
Hmm.
senior manager or director or VP or somebody, they
Hmm.
exploit us. We accept that exploitation because we get our paycheck every month, or
Hmm.
somebody doesn't get to. So we, for the money, we, if we can bear that, so for Krishna satisfaction, we can bear that with devotees also. Sometime if the devotee they criticize something, or like my husband say something to me, even though I don't like, but I can see the positive point also for that. But because he's helping in 90%, if 1% he's saying something, I should bear because he's helping me in so many things.
Yes.
So because wherever we have spiritual benefit, so we should just leave the other thing aside. Because if we can do our office work for money, why cannot we cannot do that for Krishna? Because if there is some problem in the temple or in the house with devotees, children or husband or wife, let's just leave it aside, focus on our devotional service, try to help each other. That is the only way, Madhuri. I learned this from my life. I know all the devotees are also like that.
Very nice. So you're making a point here, Mataji, that we are going in the job sites, tolerating so much, but that we are doing because we have to feed the family, take care of family. So wo we are tolerating outside world. So then you said, like, why not that we, uske baad you said something that with Krishna related. I didn't get that
like
point.
like sometime like in devotees, we don't like something in devotees or in
Hmm.
the family member, they are devotees.
Yeah.
We can bear those, that also, because ultimately by helping each other we can reach to Krishna.
Yes, yes. So we're tolerating so much in the outside world with all people like exploiting us and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why not among the devotees? We should.
Among the devotees, yeah, yeah, because by
Yeah.
maybe like this is always happen. Like, if somebody says something, devotees also just just ignore it. Just try to help the other devotee and ourselves.
Yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm feeling guilty at this point because I'm sure others might have questions or comments. But thank you once again. And
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Just wanted to thank you for this wonderful class. Lot of good points
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my apologies.
Please, I also Prabhu, all
Alright.
blessings.
Thank you,
Mataji, it was
Mataji.
really a very good start for the week, as Rupini Padme Mataji mentioned. Yeah, and I like, if we want to correlate what was the discussion today, like birth, old age, disease, and death, there is some stage in the life, every soul gets this realization uh, of consciousness, whether it is Krishna consciousness or good consciousness, we can say, So, but at least when it comes to birth, old age, disease, then at that stage, definitely somewhere or the other, the soul will definitely realize, there is everything which is, nothing is under my control, So, yeah, that's what like I thought I understood from your discussion. And at the same time, then uh, we need the devotee association. Yes, that definitely helps. And this classes really, gives us a good association in the morning. Uh, One thing, like whether it is materially, uh, whether it is material or karmic duties, what we are doing, and the devotional services. But when we like, I just have a small doubt, or you can consider this as a question. When it comes to the this life is illusion, so uh, material duties and devotional duties, then is uh, are these both things considered under illusionary aspects or reality aspects, Mataji? Just if you could please put some light on this. Thank you.
So, yeah, so your question means like these miseries or relationship, they are illusion or reality.
Yes, Mataji.
So, like this, we all know this material world is like the reflection of the spiritual world. Like whatever we see, their realities are there in the material world. True love and relationship, like Krishna and his friend, there is true love. But same thing we can feel in the material world when we have that same love with the devotees. In the material world, we cannot see the true love. There is always sense gratification. If somebody wants something, like they have some material desire, if they start gratifying each other's senses, there is material. But in the spiritual world, there is transcendental pleasure. That's why the Krishna's love is Anandam Buddhivardhan. It's always increasing. But in the in the material world also, Prabhu, like when we see this same love with the devotees, we can feel the glimpse of that pure love. Because when the devotees, they share the prasadam, they like to talk with each other, like they are discussing about Krishna. So we can feel the same thing from the spiritual world to this material world. But this is possible when we are in association of devotees. Outside Prabhu, like sometimes we feel there is some little bit happiness maybe there, but that stay for some time being only. The true happiness stay with Krishna and his devotees. Is it clear, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Like, again, it comes to temporary things, like
Yeah.
this material world or spiritual, like everything with the soul. But as we know, the philosophy definitely confirms that whatever soul does good, that is carried to the next life.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
only this
Whatever.
thought came to my mind, like when the, uh, our everything is temporary, nothing is under our control. But again, as you mentioned, yeah, if it is under the association of devotees, when we do the devotional service, then I think everything should be perfect. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So thank you, Mataji. So is it okay if we can wind up the
Mataji,
class?
one more point I want to mention. maybe some, this is like a preaching question, not preaching like argument question.
Mataji,
Discussion.
excuse me, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji, I have to
Okay.
go.
Sorry, Mataji. Okay.
Okay.
Just,
So I'm so sorry. I'm really
yeah.
sorry, Mataji.
Maybe I
Hare
can just continue this. Prabhu, I
Okay, sure.
want to ask. Thank you so much, Mataji. Maybe somebody can answer in the forum.
Sure, sure,
Uh,
sure. I have to leave,
but
Mataji.
thank you so much, Mataji, for
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank
like
you, Hare.
some of
Hare
the.
Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for this
Hare.
nectarine class. And
Okay,
sorry
thank you.
Mataji, we took your
No, no,
time
no,
a
no, no,
lot.
no, no.
Hare
Because
Krishna.
I told you, like, my daughter's school.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's 8:20.
Sorry.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Done.
Hare
Namaste to all.
Krishna.
Mataji, thank you. Hare
Thank you. Thank you.
So Nikunjaj Prabhuji, one question was coming to me, like, in some of the community, there is, people worship the demigods, right? And they're very prospering, those families. They'll go for the Durga Ma puja, this puja, that puja, and
Mm.
then generally some people around us say, oh, they're doing so well and everything, devta worship, and everything is like that, and quickly they're getting the results. So people are very, very enamored. And now when we're hearing the Shastra today, what Mataji read, that Krishna wants us to worship him, not the demigods, right? But somewhere along the line we also materially based, and we start thinking in the mind, oh, worshipping Lord Shiva, Lord Durga, like good fast results come from worshipping Lord Shiva and things like that. Let me do that, because somehow Krishna is not fulfilling my desire. I mean, this I'm talking about people who are like kind of in a boat where they are devotee and non-devotee, and they want to go and attend a program, and then they're chanting also. So I was just thinking that they're not able to completely digest this point, that the opulences and whatever is provided is temporary, because it is mentioned in the verse today in the purport that it's external. All these are like limbs of the external part of the Krishna, like the devtas and all. So how to convince them? Now this I'm talking about people who are both into Krishna consciousness also, and then they're getting enamored by people who are doing very well financially, good bank balance, everything. Why? Because they're doing all these devta worship, very, very
Ye-
intensely.
Yes, Mataji.
So do you have an
This
answer
is
for that?
yeah, this is a common question, Mataji. Yeah, it comes to uh, if you consider a devotee will not ask you this question, but if you are talking to any material person, they will definitely compare everything in this way. The way you said, mention about the uh, worship of demigods and all other devtas, but these things are for only with respect to the material benefits, right? So,
Yes.
and that is limited to the limbs of the Lord. It is not going to the heart of the Lord. So, Krishna, basically. So, if one really, uh, comes into devotion, because worshipping for material benefit and doing your sadhana for your spiritual benefit, that makes a big difference, huge difference.
Hmm.
And material benefits are not going to come along with you uh, after the death, but in your future further journey, your spiritual benefits will definitely follow with you. That's why it is said, like the balance, the material balance has to be balanced with the spiritual balance. So if spiritual balance is more, then, and at the same time, when your spiritual balance is more, even Krishna will help you to make sure that you are materially balanced. But the
Hmm.
craving is
Makes
different.
sense.
You are craving for
Hmm.
Krishna's love, whereas the material people you'll see, uh, they are craving for money, or maybe for some name, fame, and glory. So those things are very much attached with the material community, whereas that you will not find with the devotee community.
Very true. Thank you so much. One more question comes to me, which was somewhere embedded. It came out today. With your answer, it came. Otherwise, wo andar rehta as a cloud, on the top of my head.
Hmm.
Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that whatever desires we are asking from the demigods, I'm only fulfilling that. Did anyone read that? in the Bhagavad Gita?
Yes,
So
Mataji,
it's
please.
like he is the कहते जो मतलब people are asking from demigods, don't worry, I am only fulfilling those desires also. So now when we think of it this way, it is little bit puzzling, because it's like, okay, we can ask material desires, from the devtas, because that also Krishna is fulfilling. So, but at the same, थोड़ा सा controversy आता है, like in the sense that एक तरफ Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, I don't want to challenge anyone, but I'm just saying that एक तरफ Krishna is saying, I am only fulfilling the desires if you're worshipping the devata. But if you directly worship me, then I will take care of everything, right? So then why is Krishna mentioning that I'm fulfilling the desire? It should be like, okay, you're worshiping the devatas, they will give you whatever, like of course the story of Haranak, this one is there, right? Of Lord Shiva, when I don't know the names, I'm not good at that. When he gave this thing, anybody keeps their head, the person will die. And that person is running after Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva does not know what to do. So Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and then Hiranyakashipu's story, they're fulfilling the desires of people, and then people are stuck in that, and then Krishna's no intervention is there. So like and वो struggle चल रहा है कि वो देवता
Mataji, for this, yeah, I understood. For this, the only thing what Krishna has mentioned, Sarva Dharmam Samaparitajya Mamekam Sharanam. So abandon all religions, and
yes,
just
worship,
follow, yeah, just worship me. So Krishna himself says this also. So, these are the limbs, means different ways,
hmm,
methods, but, if you want to, in short, if you want to achieve Krishna, then these things are, you should absolute, like they should not be there. If
yes,
you want to achieve Krishna, then you have to have devotional services,
hmm,
whether then like it starts from your chanting, hearing, or any other devotional service
yes.
from
And
the nine devotional processes.
yes, yes, yes. And in the same process, I think our Acharya, like Srila Prabhupada, we have learned Krishna consciousness through him. He has said that whoever is worshipping, don't disturb them, let them worship. At least they're bound down to someone. Even if they're asking them, it is okay, right? I mean, we hear that often, that
Yes,
don't stop anyone. Could Devta worship, Lord
yeah.
Christ is a.
Only Mataji, what like again,
Hmm,
see, someone has to start somewhere, right? So
yes.
we also came to Krishna consciousness from something, right? Some step. So maybe someone is following initially to their Kul Devtas,
Hmm,
uh, or maybe someone is following to their uh, gurus. Like gurus means like someone follows Sai Baba, or someone follows Swami Samartha, or someone follows Guru Datta. Like see, these are all ways from where you get attracted to Krishna consciousness. Once you know the reality, philosophy, then definitely, uh, like last week, this weekend we went to one of the Ganpati programs.
hmm.
So that is the same thing, like, what you ask the question, the people worship so devotionally to Ganpati, Ganesha. So,
Hmm.
like, there were almost 50 to 100 families, where we went. 100 people came,
Hmm.
one home program, like they had Ganpati, because that was the last day of Ganpati. So they had a huge program, like, and good arti, then they say Atharva Shishta, like these so
Hmm.
many things they recite and do. But again, when we went there, we found that something is missing, that real devotion is missing there, and,
Yes.
yeah, and from those 100, like 50 to 100 families, we just somehow I was able to convince one family to join our conference.
Hari bol. Very nice.
So, like then,
Yeah.
he joined today morning also during chanting. His name is Prasad, so
Okay.
he is joining, but, like maybe he has the office or something. So, what I meant to say, uh,
Hmm.
even we went for Ganpati festival because they invited us. So we we also, took our, you know kartals and this thing. We did some kirtan, but again, those things are with respect to demigods. But
Hmm.
our preaching somewhere, definitely will help even non-devotees to come to Krishna consciousness. Like as I mentioned, like from those so many families, only one family was like convinced. Like when we discussed, oh, really, we definitely would like to, so this is how it's a step-by-step process again.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Very encouraging, because sometimes these programs we invited housewarming and all these pujas, and so you see, you and Mataji go together generally. It's like at least you both are there. So if you have to
Yeah,
talk,
we both are there. Our daughter is also accompanying us most of the times. Sometimes, yeah.
sometimes with me, Prabhuji, I'll be frank, gets very difficult. I'd gone to a housewarming ceremony. By chance, that Pandit knew us from Hare Krishna. I was wearing my tilak, and he says to do a kirtan for just 5 minutes. So there were all these people, and there was so much of noise and all kinds of thing going on. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि I wish there were more devotees here with me. I
Yeah,
was,
then that would have been a different thing. Yeah, that's
uh,
correct, Mata.
but even I try my level best at my level.
Sorry.
Yeah, we should all try to preach, and because this is a preaching movement, and if we are
Yeah.
not doing that, we must hold ourselves accountable. Like, what did Prabhupada come here for preaching? So
Yes.
if you're alone, a husband is devotee, not devotee, whatever, in any circumstances, anywhere, we
Uh,
should, preach about this movement and
yes.
give Krishna, just give, hand over Krishna to everyone.
That's right, Mataji. Because like this was one of the home program, but we have 10 days, like one Ganpati festival in Baltimore, Marathi Mandal, which we have
Hmm.
there. Almost 1,000 to 2,000 people they come, for that festival, because they have that dhol tasha and lot of so many music instrument. They do huge aarti,
Hmm.
Ganpati aarti, and Ganpati is such a huge that idol, so people are attracted. So what we do, we don't in that time, then we cannot go and preach to everyone. So we just set up a book stall, book table,
Hmm.
our Prabhupada's book, and then we try to distribute and keep some cookies around that and give the free cookies, distribute books, So this is also one kind of preaching which we can add to this kind of festivals or events, our
Yes.
book distribution.
Also, Prabhuji, if we can't set up a book, then maybe just get an extra bag with some books, which we can hand over personally.
Yes, Mataji.
That
Yeah.
can be possible. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the answers, and just because our class was so much connected to the Devta and all, and
Yes, Mataji. And thank you to you also, because you start with such good questions, and then it definitely makes a discussion, yeah, to think over.
yes, thank you. No, Prabhuji, I'm just, the day I'm concentrating in the class, then I can pick up the points and ask question. But there are some days where I'm just not there, and so much other thing goes on every time. So
Yes.
yesterday I made a small little pledge that I will concentrate on the Bhagavatam class going on Monday to Friday.
Hmm.
Then at least I can, do some justice to this wonderful Bhadra Purnima which has gone, which is, I didn't really know the relevance of it, but some people were mentioning about it's like the main essence is like something about the crown I heard yesterday at the Orlando temple, and I heard that if you give or you take, very auspicious. That's
Yes.
all. It's not like Bhagavatam was spoken yesterday, right? Like we have the advent of Bhagavad Gita in December. Then 45 minutes Bhagavad Gita is spoken that day. Like my mind is confused. But Bhadra Purnima, do we have a date like that for Bhagavatam also? Like when Bhagavatam was spoken, and there's a celebration like we do for advent of Bhagavad Gita, and we recite the shlokas. I just want to ask you that, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Mataji, I was speaking. It was
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
actually, it is
got
very
my
auspicious.
question.
Yeah.
I mean, I know 45 minutes of Bhagavad Gita is spoken on the battlefield. And
Yes.
again,
Yes.
that day we celebrate Advent of Bhagavad Gita. So, do we have something like that for Bhagavatam also during the year?
Yeah. It was kept on golden throne. It is said, on this
Yeah,
Bhadra Purnima, and you know that's the reason it is very auspicious to, as you said, mention give and take. Like
yeah,
you distribute as much you can, the scriptures.
Okay.
Bhagavatam.
So it's not
Yeah.
connected to the Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam is written by, there are like so many books, 18 books. So it's not like that was also another day comes in the year where it is spoken, all of it together. Not like that, right? Because it is describing about the qualities of Krishna. There to Krishna ne khud hi bola hai Bhagavad Gita ko to, right?
Right.
Okay.
Krishna has sang the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, he sang and he spoke the whole Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna for our benefit, I would say.
Yes,
But
our
the one is not like that. It's like, it's good to give on that day. And
it's a spiritual science, Mataji.
yeah, definitely.
So you get all answers, what your
Yeah,
doubt,
sorry for taking
everything is
others'
mentioned.
time. If anybody had any question, comment, but I just was wanting to, when I hear more deeply, then questions come and I want to just have it cleared quickly, from my mind.
Yes.
And that's a very good idea. The next time our Hindu temple invites us for Ganesh Chaturthi, anything, and that's for everyone's benefit, we can just keep a book table or carry books with us and give
Yes,
to.
Mataji, just keep a small
Yeah.
table, that will
Because
definitely.
उस time पे बात नहीं कर सकते आप with a lot of people. Everybody's into some puja, other
Yes.
than the
Yes.
devotional service to Krishna. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Welcome, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I just wanted to ask you, so Bhagavad Gita was spoken in 45 minutes?
Yes, Mataji.
700 verses in 45 minutes. Wow.
It's Krishna.
Thank
The time was also more that time, 45 minutes is compared to a little more time compared to our 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. The difference in their timing.
Because
Yeah.
it's a different calculation. Yeah.
Right. So it's written in the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji? 45 minutes?
Mentioned in Garud Puran, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Welcome, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalputrabhesha kripa sindhubhesha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishnavinda ki jai. Namachari Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Yeah. Srila Prabhupada.
Grantaraj Sri Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.
Shyamkishori mataji ki jai.
Yeah, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Remember that Mataji has to leave early by 8:20. I think she was about to.
Yes, Mataji. I also forgot that, but Shyama Rasika reminded me.
Yeah,
So
8:10 we should stop.
sometimes what happens, the class becomes such fluent, it becomes very transcendental, or I can say transparent. Then the question arises automatically. Yeah.
Yes, very nice class, Mataji. Very
And when you especially ask, or sometimes I try to interpret some questions which are based on our daily life, so that helps everyone. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for your adding on. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Devotees ki jai. Hare
Hari
Krishna.
bol. Hari bol.
See you all tomorrow.
Jai.
See you all tomorrow.
Hare